Hello and welcome back to the bottom. My name is Beast. Today we're back with more, my Klutzy Cupid. I had a fucking short-ass heart attack when I saw the text being green for some reason. Cause I thought, oh, wait, did I not save after last time? I did save after last time. I was just being a dumbass. However, this does mean the next line is also green because, I had to make sure. Anyways, I'm not gonna have her repeat that.
も毎日偶然登校時間が一緒になりますかね。もしかして何か裏があるんじゃ。まあまあ、うたちゃん。クルルはわざわざ迎えに来てるけど、小泉先輩はご近所さんなんだよね。目的地も始業時間もみんな一緒なんだから、時間が重なるのなんてよくあることだよ。そういうものなのかな。
As usual, Koseki knew exactly what to say. Today was a fine spring day, and the four of us made our way to school like always. I guess walking to school peacefully by myself these days is too much to ask. Even leaving the house early meant possibly running into Masura or Izuzu. It remained to be seen whether this was the influence of a certain angel of love, however. Huh? What are you... Oh, again, huh? Couldn't help but snort as I noticed the crowd of girls. The center of them was obviously him. That mysterious transfer student.
後ろアンジュ先輩ですよ。小泉先輩が入学してきた翌日に転校してきたんです。
You shouldn't, everything that goes on at school, huh? Anju Angel. Ushiro. Behind you. Support. He is the angel here to support.
もう兄さん、クルルちゃんじゃなくても学園の女子なら誰でも知ってますよ。すごくかっこいい転校生が来たって一日足らずで女子の話題の中心になっちゃったんですから。
Look, if there's at least one girl here who missed the memo, though.
私、リアルの男性より漫画のキャラの方が好きなので。
That's the excuse? So much for being an information gatherer. Even though she was an angel, she knew even less than everyone else. Suddenly, like yesterday, the mysterious transfer student smiled in our direction again. This time, however, the smile wasn't directed towards me.
こっちに手を振ってますよ。こっちにというか、小泉先輩に。
Pushing his way through the throng of girls, he gracefully approached us.
君は小泉エイル君だね。
はい、そうですけど。
僕の少し前に転校してきたと聞いてるよ。僕は後ろアンジュ。よろしくね。
どうもよろしくお願いします。
Two of them shook hands. Wait. Was this guy being a little too over familiar? Makes me feel kind of annoyed. But even more annoyed were the girls who had been surrounding him. They were staring jealously at Ale, wondering who she was. At this rate, things seemed like they were about to get ugly. I'm Tsumugu Tsakuma, nice to meet you, Shido-senpai. Watching myself between them, I forcefully shook his hand.
Yeah.
Mysterious transfer student Anju Ushiro stared at me curiously.
こちらこそよろしく、つむぐくん。
He gave me a strangely amused smile. Well, we'd better get going.
ああ、またね。
As I walked off, I heard the sound of footsteps following behind me.
強力なライバル登場だったりしますか？お、確かに。あれほどのイケメンが同じ学園にいるとなると、つむぐさんの恋が難しくなるかも。
Give me a break. At this rate, I was going to end up a virgin for the rest of my life. But if nothing else, I hoped I could keep my genitals working the way they were supposed to. When at the classroom, I found Saijo busy studying as usual. What should I do? Although she asked me not to talk about anything cotton-related while at school, she never said I had to maintain the same relationship with her as I had up until now. So, working up my courage, I decided to go out to her. Morning. At the sound of my voice, Saijo raised her head. I don't know why there's something strangely funny about him just suddenly just standing in front of her desk like, hi. Like that seems a bit too intentional. That seems a bit too conspicuous. Stand next to the desk. Her eyes widened slightly, and a look of surprise crossed her face. For a moment, I thought she was simply going to ignore me. However,
Ohayo.
faint blush colored her cheeks as she replied, somewhat shyly.
何か用?
Nah, I just wanted to say hello.
そう。ありがとう。
Right. I'd never seen that look on her face before, feeling my heart skip a beat. As the heat beat a little faster, I returned to my seat. A moment later, Ale came up to me, wearing a smug grin on her
なん
face.
かいい感じに話せてましたね。このままいけばリンクさんが運命の人になるかもしれないです。ん？二人とも何話してるの？
I hadn't noticed Masura came up behind me. Seems like it's just arrived to class as well. No, it's nothing, right, Ale?
はい、なんでもないです。なんか怪しいな。コソコソしちゃってさ。ま、いいや。西条さん、おはよう。
Apparently deciding we weren't going to spill the beans that easily, Masura turned and walked towards Saiju instead. Only he had the privilege of greeting her so casually. Honestly, I was a little jealous.
頑張りましょうね、つむぐさん。
Yeah. I chanced another glance at Saiju. If things went well, I got the feeling we might just be destined to be together, like Ale said. Found myself a faint glimmer of hope.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Oh, that's a nice casual outfit on her.
つむぐさん、ちょっとお話があるんですけど。
What? As usual, Ale had been lazing around reading manga, or so I thought, when she suddenly straightened up and addressed me. I felt myself growing rather nervous.
前につむぐさんがバイトしているお店の店長さんが私にバイトしないかって言ってましたよね。
Consider your next words very carefully. What about it? I still really ought to actually get my my Discord server fucking online. I don't. Like, I was going to like open it up to the public after setting up the weird subscription-based thing that allows people to be like, "Hey, yo, you know what? Fuck it. I want to help this dude, so here's some money." But it's not allowed in Germany, so I can't. So I don't know how else to set it up. Yeah, the first emote has been christened, and it's me just standing there like this with the gun. And she's just called KILL! And every time I read the name of the emote, my first thought is, of course, immediately fucking Steve Harvey. KILL! Oh yeah, I guess you did. Wait, don't tell me.
私そろそろバイトしたいなと思いまして。
That was a problem. Being stuck with her at home was bad enough. Having to deal with her at work too feels like it'd be rather mentally draining. That said, it'd also be a load off my mind not having to worry about her pulling any shenanigans at home while I'm working. As long as we had the same shifts, I wouldn't have to feel so anxious all the time. Can I ask you something first?
はい、なんでしょう。
Is that hair of yours still not fixed yet?
ああ、それ聞いちゃいますか。
What's that supposed to mean?
残念ながらまだ治ってないんです。もしかしたら自己修復機能が壊れていたりするのかもしれません。
Oi, oi, you've got to be kidding me.
とりあえずしばらくはまだこの家のご厄介になりそうです。
Just give me your fucking phone. I'm talking to your superior. You could at least try and sound apologetic. I heave a large
それ
sigh.
でバイトの件なんですけど。
If Love Meal got hired and began working separate shifts, we'd finally have some time to spend on. I'd finally have some time to spend on my own. And these days, alone time was something I was rather short on. Maybe getting her a job wasn't such a bad idea. Fine, I'll ask my manager about it tomorrow at work.
本当ですか？嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
As I stared at the delighted expression on Lavia's face, I felt as though I'd made the right decision after all.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Today was the weekend, and I had work starting from noon. I decided to head to the restaurant a little earlier than usual, so that I could talk to Kino about a part-time job for Ale. Good morning. Went into the break room, I found Kinu coincidentally there as well.
おはよう。早かったな。
I was hoping to talk to you about some before my shift started, you see. Do you have a minute?
なんだ？シフトの調整なら今は難しいぞ。大型連休もあるし、接客慣れてるやつがいないと。
Oh, no, it's not that. Could it be that Kino was feeling we were understaffed? If so, that was rather convenient. You remember my classmate Ail Koimi, right? The girl who came here last time?
もちろん覚えてるぞ。私は可愛い子の名前は忘れない。彼女がどうした？もしかしてバイトする気になったのか？
She looked like a frenzied hospital patient, but that was Kinu being Kinu being Kinu. You could say a lot of things about her, but she was undeniably passionate about her job. And judging by the way she was eagerly pressing me for an answer, she seemed genuinely excited. Yeah, basically. Yesterday she asked me to ask you if it was okay for her to work here.
もちろんいいに決まってるだろう。早速エイルちゃんに連絡しろ。すぐにここに連れてこい。
But you need to think about this a bit more. You're not just agreeing to this because you love being surrounded by cute girls, right?
なんだと？別に私利私欲だけじゃねえぞ。ちょうどホール要員が欲しかったのも事実だ。
Not the only reason. So she wasn't denying it outright. Are you sure about this?
いいって言ってるだろ。私に二言はない。
Oh,
そ
admirable.
れにお前だって気になる子と一緒に働けて嬉しいだろ。
No, not really. But I couldn't deny that it made my life easier once she started earning her own money. In any case, I was confident Ale would come if I asked her to. Anyway, I'll try giving her a call.
ということで早速やってまいりました。
The moment Ale entered the break room, she gave Kino an energetic bow.
改めまして恋にエイルです。私をここで働かせてください。採用。
That's too fast! Shouldn't you, I don't know, give her some sort of interview at least?
元気があっていい。気に入った。採用。ありがとうございます。
It seemed like there was no arguing with her. Well, I suppose I should be glad you didn't ask about her address or background or anything like
採
that.
用おめでとうございます。恋見先輩。ありがとうございます。こちらこそです。ここではクルルの方が先輩なんだし、恋見先輩って呼ぶのは変じゃないか？そうでしょうか。でも呼び慣れているのですぐには切り替えられないかも。
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm sure Ale will mess up sooner or later, so it won't take long for other people to realize who the real senpai is.
なんですかその言い草は。まあバイト仲間同士好きに呼び合ったらいいか。私はうちのやつらのことは子分だと思ってるからな。呼び捨てにするぞ。わかりました店長。いい返事だエイル。じゃあ早速仕事に入るか。クルル準備を手伝ってやってくれ。マソラが来たら研修を始める。わかりました。
What about me? Do you need my help? Do
準
you want my
備っ
help?
て言ったら着替えも含むに決まってるだろ。研修をマソラに頼むのはフロアでイチャイチャされたら困るからだ。
I won't. You could have just said it was because Masada had been working here the longest. That would have been easier to accept.
恋見先輩、制服はこっちに用意してあります。初めてだとちょっと大変だと思うので着替え手伝います。ありがとうございます。
Kosaki led Ale into the storage room. I didn't know you could get uniforms prepared on such short notice.
こういう時のために様々なサイズをストックしてあるんだ。いつ美少女が飛び込みでバイトに来るとも限らないからな。
You might be the only restaurant manager in the world who prepares for something like that, Kino.
そう褒めるな。照れるだろ。
That wasn't a compliment.
つぬぐさん、お待たせしました。
As I was restocking the napkins on the dining floor, Love Meal came out of the break room. Finally done changing, are you?
どうですか、つぬぐさん。似合ってますか？
Yeah, that suits you. To be perfectly honest, she was incredibly cute. For a moment, I was even lost for words.
かわいいだろう。完璧な着こなしだぞエイル。私もこんな可愛い服を着ることができてめちゃくちゃ嬉しいです。
Both of them seemed utterly satisfied. Looks like it really was a win-win scenario. Oh, customer. Or so I thought, but I was wrong. It was Masura. An angel?!
何その反応。あまりにエールちゃんの制服姿が眩しいから思わず天使って言っちゃっただけなんだけど。
that's what you meant. That scared me for a moment. For some reason I didn't expect Ale of all people to be called an angel.
それにしてもどうしてエールちゃんが制服着てるの？もしかして私今日からここでバイトすることになったんです。そうなんだ。そうなんです。よろしくお願いしますね。よろしく。バイト仲間が増えて嬉しいな。エイルには今日一日研修を受けてもらう。マソラ、着替えたら早速始めてくれ。わかりました。研修とはいえ今日の給与もちゃんと払うから。はい。
Your first day at work, huh? For some reason I found myself thinking back a little on my own first day. But that's sad, I don't really want to remember those days too much. Finding myself injured and unable to run anymore, I'd been rather depressed back then. Unable to simply stand by and watch Masura had invited me to work at this restaurant instead.
おきつね先輩が来るまで備品置き場などを案内しますね。はーい。
Let me know if she causes you any problems, Kozaki.
なんでですか？私困らせたりしませんよ。真面目にバイト頑張ります。
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
それじゃあまずは声出しから言ってみよう。
Once he had finished changing, Kozaki handed off ale to Masura. Without further ado, he launched into her training.
声出しですか？そう、接客業はまず元気な挨拶から。お客さんが来たら扉についてるベルが鳴るから、接客中じゃないときは元気に挨拶してね。なるほど、わかりました。ご挨拶の仕方教えてください、マソラさん。オッケー。じゃあ僕の言うことを復唱してね。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。ダメだよエールちゃん。照れずにもっと元気よく。はい師匠。それじゃあもう一回。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。あ、今のはいい感じ。本当ですか？ありがとうございます師匠。
Oh, this is just weird. I felt like I was at some sort of athletic meet or some other kind of wrestling or baseball manga. Just then, the bell at the front entrance rang out.
お客さんが来たよ。エールちゃん、特訓の成果を見せて。わかりました師匠。それでは行きます。
With that, Ale took a deep breath and...
いらっしゃいませ。
Who the hell told you to scare our customers? I hurried over to the bewildered man. I'm very sorry about her, sir. She's still new on the job, you see. I bowed my head in apology. He doesn't seem too upset, thankfully. Please allow me to show you to your seat.
失敗しちゃいました。大丈夫。やりすぎなくらいがちょうどいいから。
You shouldn't just coddle her, you know. After showing the customer his seat, I returned to the two of them.
でも失敗を怖がって何もできなくなっちゃったら元も子もないでしょ。最初にいっぱいやらかしておけば強強メンタルが手に入るはず。
That doesn't mean you should be setting her up for failure.
失敗すればするほど強い心が手に入る。私たくさん失敗を経験します。
I don't think that's the lesson here. But I was willing to bet that she'd make a ton of mistakes without trying regardless. Anyways, I'm gonna start keeping an eye on Ale's training from now on too. I'm worried about her.
そんなこと言ってエールちゃんを独り占めしたいだけだったりして。
Don't be stupid. Now come on, stop fooling around and get back to training.
ごめん。じゃあエールちゃん、次は注文の取り方を教えるね。いきなりは難しいから僕についてきて。はい、わかりました。
As it turns out, Masato was right. Having already screwed up once, Ale was now unafraid to tackle new challenges. Seeing as she'd said this was her first part-time job ever, Masato had probably taken that into consideration as well. Sounds like she's gotten the hang of using her indoor voice now. As I breathed a sigh of relief, I turned towards the entrance to see a customer I know very well.
あれ？エールちゃん？ああ、いすずさん、 服、もしかしてここでバイトしてるの？
今日からなんだよ。だから今は僕の元で修行中なの。
そうなんだ。マスラちゃんなら安心だね。確かつむちゃんの先輩さんだったよね。
そうだよ。つむぐはわしが育てた。
I'm not your boy. Hurry up and show it to your seat. If other customers show up, you're gonna be holding them up.
あ、ごめんなさい。こんにちは、つむちゃん。
Eh.
ちゃんと先輩さんなんだね、つむちゃん。
Oh, shut up. Being seen at work by my childhood friend felt kind of embarrassing for some reason.
それじゃあ、お席にご案内しますね、いすずさん。ありがとう、エイルちゃん。
じゃああの席に案内してあげて。ゆっくりできるおすすめの席なんだ。
わかりました。
Ale led Isuzu towards the table that Masara mentioned. Looks like she was relieved to be serving someone she knew. Her nervousness from before had vanished and she was wearing her usual smile. Still, what was Isuzu doing here? What happened to club practice?
先輩の本命は小見先輩ですか、乾先輩ですか？
Ah! Kozaki!
随分熱心に見つめていたので。
Nah, it's not like that. I was just wondering why Isuzu was here instead of
今
practice.
日は日曜日ですよ。
I know, but with the spring tournament coming up, the club usually practices on weekends too. Isuzu even stays late most of the time.
気になるなら直接お聞きした方が早いですよ。お冷やを持ってくついでにでも。ね、先輩。
Yeah, good idea. Here's some water.
ありがとう。
If you want to order, give Masada or an ale a wave. It'll be good practice for her.
わかった。
Speaking of practice, why aren't you at the track club?
ちょっとね、ミーティングの時、顧問の先生と相談して。
I see. It sounded as though she was being intentionally vague. Something must have happened. Well, practicing too much can be a bad thing too. It's important to get proper rest.
ありがとう。つむちゃんって実力テストの準備してる？
Huh? Oh, right, those are coming up soon, aren't they? Haven't really done much studying though.
か。
You seem to be lost in thought about something.
ごめんね。そろそろ注文しないとね。
Oh yeah, sure if you're ready. Izuzu looked around and caught Ao's attention. She quickly came running over.
ご注文お決まりですか？お願いしてもいいかな。ちょっと待ってくださいね。注文自体はマサラさんにバトンタッチを。
ちょうどいいから自分で注文取ってみるといいよ。
Masato came up behind Ale and clapped her on the shoulder.
練習台みたいにしちゃって悪いけどいいかな。
もちろん。じゃあエイルちゃん、注文言うね。
Well, I'll leave you to it. It stayed long enough. Couldn't keep letting Kozaki do all the work. Turning around, I went back to dealing with our other customers.
いすずさんの注文聞いてきました。ハンバーグセットで食後にチョコレートケーキです。
Did you ask what kind of sauce she wants on her steak? I assumed she hadn't forgotten since Masato was with her.
ちゃんと聞いてますよ。和風ソースです。
Good. Now there's a bunch of other items on the menu that come with similar choices, so make sure you start memorizing them. For some reason, that mustache is hating me right now.
もう完璧ですよ。コーヒーは砂糖とミルク、紅茶はレモンとミルクと砂糖、ハンバーグとオムライスはソースを引いて。
Alright, you don't need to recite them all to me. There were quite a few menu items, so I thought it hard to believe she'd memorize them all in a single day. But maybe she could use her angel powers to some to memorize them. Didn't know if they were that convenient, though.
一番テーブルのお料理持っていきますね。
That's true. Balancing plates on both arms, Kozaki briskly walks off.
エイルちゃん迎えに来るついでにバッシングしてきたよ。
Masato came towards us, gracefully balancing several plates on his arms as well. Ale watched him with admiration as he lightly lined up the dirty dishes on the counter next to the sink.
バッシングって何ですか？
It means clearing a customer's table once they left.
ああ、なるほど。
Ah, what is going on? There. It was a singular fucking hair that decided to go up instead of go down with the rest of the hairs. But now it's not a fucking hair anymore. It's a goddamn scrap on the floor. Actually, no. Apparently didn't pick it up properly. Actually not. I kind of think of it. When I started working here, the only thing I ever did was bust tables for a while.
ああ、それは今回は特別。エールちゃん可愛いからガンガン接客教えてねって店長が言ってたの。
Somehow that didn't seem very fair. It was hardly the first time Kino had shown cute girls preferential treatment, but I was hardly the type who inspired confidence either. For some reason her eyes were sparkling. I had a bad feeling about this.
おーいマソラ、エイルの様子はどうだ？
頑張ってますよ。ね、つむぐ。
I guess, why are you asking me?
だってつむぐずーっとエールちゃんを目で追ってたから。
No, I wasn't.
テンプレのツンデレ芸でごまかさなくてもいいだろう。
Sundract.
エイルのことよりつむぐが仕事をサボってないかどうか注意した方が良さそうだな。
I'm not slacking off, I swear. Though I did chat with you for a bit.
つむぐは心配性なんだよ。エールちゃん頑張ってるよ。危ないって思ったのはいちごパフェを運ぼうとした時つまみ食い仕掛けたくらいかな。
Boy, I'm pretty sure that's ground for an immediate firing.
そういえばまだ休憩取らせてなかったよな。初めてのバイトで疲れてるだろうし、つむぐと二人で小泉先輩、いきなりそんな風に持つのは危ないですよ。大丈夫ですよ、これくらい。お皿空っぽですし、思ってたより重くありませんから。
She gon' break 'em! Ale! Ale was proudly balancing a stack of plates in each hand. What are you doing? That's dangerous!
つむぐさん、どうですか？
What do I think? I think you're being reckless! Kozaki had an anxious expression on her face, but Ale was showing no concern at all.
私もいっぱいモテましたよ。かっこよくないですか？
She smiled happily. You just wanted to imitate Masura, huh?
そうなんです。難しそうでしたけど、意外と簡単ですね。
In her excitement, Ale tried to take a few more steps. Hold on if you don't slow down! Suddenly she lost her balance. A moment later, her plates fell to the floor with a loud crash. Oi!
ごめんなさい。今すぐ片付けますので。
What? Wait, let me do it!
こういうわけには私の失敗ですから。
If you lean over like that, you're gonna... It was too late to stop her. As the tray she was carrying tilted, the plates on her other hand began to slide and...
小泉先輩。
Are you okay, Ale?
何今の音。うわ、お皿いっぱい割れてる。怪我してない？
ごめんなさい。お客さん少なかったので、お皿いっぱい持つ技練習したくって。
Good grief. Kino ran her eyes up and down Ale's body. Kino.
どうやら怪我はないようだな。エイル、つむぐ、ちょうどいいからこのまま休憩取ってこい。
うんうん。後片付けとかお客さんへのフォローは僕たちに任せて。
Alright, thanks. You okay?
はい、怪我とかはないです。でも皆さんに迷惑かけちゃって。
Well, it is what it is. Although I wanted to be angry with her, Ale looked so disheartened that I didn't have the heart to do it.
私、バイト初日にクビになっちゃうんじゃ。
It's not that big a deal. We've all broken a few plates before. Never seen anyone do it in such a spectacular fashion, though.
私、つむぐさんが心配していた通り、ダメダメですよね。
It's less so that she's incompetent, it's more so that she gets overexcited, tries to do too much at once, and then fucks up. There's such a thing as being too enthusiastic about things. Ale mumbled
皆さん
dejectedly.
にこれ以上迷惑をかける前にやめた方がいいんじゃ。
Looked like she was taking it rather hard after making a mess in front of everyone. Yes, I was worried about you screwing up, but that doesn't mean I wanted you to fail, you know. It's your first day. Of course you're gonna make some mistakes. Anyone would. That's why me, Masura, and Kozaki were keeping an eye on you, so that we could minimize that risk and cover for you if things went wrong. So there's no reason to quit on the spot just because you made one mistake.
ですが、私は実際損害を出しちゃいましたし。
Well, I'll talk to Kino about it. But it's like Masura said, making mistakes in the beginning is how you gain courage and learn to do your job better.
そういえば。
Besides, it's always been your dream to work part-time, right? Don't give up on it so easily.
つむぐさん。
A smile returned to Aile's face. Good. Didn't feel right seeing her all depressed.
私、店長さんや皆さんに謝ってきます。それから名誉挽回できるようにいっぱい頑張ります。
Aile made leave the break room. Hold on.
何ですか?
You're supposed to be taking a break right now. But if you're not hurt and don't feel like resting, how about I help you practice how to carry plates? Properly carry
教えて
plates.
くれるんですか?
Yeah, but we'll practice with some binders and notebooks first. That way they won't break if you drop them. I walked over to the break room shelf and picked out a few unimportant looking
な
notebooks.
るほど。別のもので練習するんですね。
Real plates are heavier though, so it's not going to feel exactly the same. But anyway, let's get started. Now for the first plate, you'll want to use your thumb and pinky like so.
もっとゆっくり教えてくださいよ、つむぐさん。
Before long, it was
今
closing
日もお
time.
疲れ。日曜日にしては閉店作業も早かったな。さて、帰ってゲームやろうっと。
Where's that your energy, Masura?
エイルも今日はバイト初日お疲れ様。
ありがとうございます。私、今日はいっぱいご迷惑をおかけして、本当にごめんなさい。
Aile had already apologized profusely after our break, but it didn't seem like but it seems like it had still been weighing on her mind. As she bowed her head once again, Kino held out an envelope to
初
her.
日だから手渡してな。エイルが頑張ってくれて今日は助かったよ。
これは手切れ金的な。
私がそんな心の狭いやつに見えるか？皿の10枚や100枚割られたくらいでクビになんてしねえよ。
100 is a bit much to actually.
クルルもバイトを始めたばっかりの頃、いっぱい割っちゃいましたよ。
お皿いっぱい持つやつ憧れるよね。別のお店で7枚持ちしてるの見たとき、僕もすぐ真似したもん。
Was a real pain in the ass cleaning up after you.
ごめんって、5枚目まではうまくいってたんだけどね。
今後もよろしくお願いします。
そういうことだ。慣れるまでバンバンシフト入れるから覚悟しとけよ。はい、
これからもよろしくお願いします。皆さん、私いっぱい頑張ります。
It's a good thing Kino paid you so quickly. It's a relief to know I'm not stuck paying for all your meals anymore.
私、このお金は大事に使いますから。
You do?
何に使うかはこれからちゃんと考えます。だからなかなか決まらなかったら、つむぐさんには引き続き出資をお願いしますね。
Investing? I would invest in something with absolutely zero return.
とにかくですね、私これからも精一杯バイトを頑張りますよ。えいえいおーです。ほら、つむぐさんも
Why do I have to say it too?
気合を入れるためです。えいえいおー。
Hip hip hooray! Our cheers echoed into the night sky.
さあ、ラブノートのお時間ですよ。
Can't we skip it for once? I'm exhausted from work. Due to Aile's training today, I felt almost twice as tired as usual.
ダメですよ。それはそれ、これはこれです。
Come
い
on.
くらバイトが楽しかったとはいえ、余韻に浸ってもいられません。ラブノートには所有期限があるんですから。
That's a good thing I had no intention of doing any reminiscing then. You're way too optimistic sometimes.
何ですか、改まって。
Nothing, just talking to myself. Alright, let's get this over with. Took the love note from Love Miel. Whose name should I write?
セーブできたよ。
I feel like I've pretty firmly already locked into the fucking VTuber. I feel like that's just kind of like set in stone at this point. The question is just going to be should I do last? Because I can see both Lovemiel as well as Izumu counting as the main girl. Isuzu, not Izumu. Isuzu. You can see both of them counting as main girl. Anyways, feeling Lovemiel's eyes on me, I wrote down Saijo's name in the notebook.
リンカさんですか。なるほど。
What do you mean, I see?
いえいえ、私もリンカさんは素敵な人だなって思っていたんです。ゲームも上手ですし、結果が楽しみですね。
Lovemiel peered excitedly down at the notebook. I too felt my eyes drawn towards its pages. As the two of us watched, words began to appear across the surface.
西条凛花運命度40もっと仲良くなってみよ
I don't know even better, huh? Easier said than done,
学園で挨拶できる仲にはなりましたもんね。
I suppose. She at least responded to me when I said hello. Although it was hardly anything to brag about, it still made me quite happy. And not just because there's the impenetrable honest student we're talking about. Rather that I was simply happy to call her my friend. The more I learned about her, the more unexpected sides of her I began to see. I found her a much more intriguing person than I had previously imagined.
そういうところじゃないですかね。
It's not?
なんか現状で満足しちゃってる感が出てるのをラブノートが察してるんですよ。
Satisfied, huh?
恋は恋でも運命の人をゲットするための恋なんですよ。もっとガツガツいかないと。
Suppose there's a
頑
point.
張りましょう。今までの行動にしっかり結果はついてきてるんですから。
You're right. For now, I guess I'll try to calm it as much as I can during Karen's stream tonight.
そういうことじゃないんですよ。
I mean, it
俺の
works
キューピッ
actually.
ドがポンコツすぎて怖い。いらっしゃいませ。
No, fuck you for a second. How dare they? How dare they just tease casual Kinu to me like this, knowing that she does not have a route? How fucking dare they? The next day, Layla officially began working part-time. Feeling uneasy about leaving her on her own, I decided to take the same shift as her today. The good thing was I didn't have to worry about her getting up to any funny business at home. Bad thing was now I had to worry about her screwing things up at work.
つむぐさん、見てください。昨日教えてもらった通りにやったら、ちゃんとモテるようになったんですよ。
Don't get carried away or you're gonna drop them
大
again.
丈夫ですよ。コツつかみましたから。
I hope so.
お客様、こちらのお席へどうぞ。
She'd been understandably disheartened by the mistakes she'd made yesterday, but it looks like she's back to her usual energetic self. Seeing her like this cheers me up a little too. Ale genuinely did seem to have a lot of fun working part-time. I couldn't help feeling a smile form on my own face as I watched her enjoying herself. She really is more just an ordinary girl than an angel. Those were my sincere thoughts. Welcome to...
やあつむぐくん
You remember my name?
もちろんだよエイルくんといつも一緒にいる君のことを忘れるはずないだろ
What did my name have to do with Ale? I felt a twinge of annoyance.
ほら、つむぐ。入り口でいつまで喋ってるんだ。ちゃんとお客様を席まで案内しろ。
Ah! Sorry, boss.
あなたが店長さんですか
Kina?
ずいぶん整った顔立ちのやつだな。男でここまで綺麗な顔を見たのはマソラ以来だ。
Well, sorry for not being pretty. Anyways, this is one of my upperclassmen from school.
後ろアンジュです以後お見知りおきを
He smiled handsomely again.
おう、よろしく。ほら、つむぐ。さっさと席まで案内してやれ。私はこれから商店街の会合に行ってくるからな。サボるなよ。
I won't.
マソラとお前は慣れてるから大丈夫だとは思うが、何かあれば商店会の会議所にいるから。
So I don't know why, but I know this says crown underneath, but all we see is the row from crown. So all I'm thinking is just like row, fight the power.
後輩をしっかりサポートしろよ。
I will. I'm sure Kino didn't need my supervision, though. It was Ale that needed worrying about. After seeing Kino off, I turned to Ushiro once more. Alright, let me take you to your seat.
あ、よろしく頼むよ。
Ended up sounding a little curt, but it definitely wasn't because I was jealous of him. Nope, absolutely not. It's just kind of pissed me off how ridiculously good looking it was. But at the very least, it had nothing to do with Ale.
3番テーブルの特製オムライスセットを持ってくね。
I was passing along my customer's order. As I was passing along my customer's orders, Masada came up beside me. Sure, thanks.
それにしてもだんだん忙しくなってきたよね。
Kino isn't here after all, and with Ale working today, I hope nothing goes wrong.
大丈夫だよ。エールちゃん、落ち着いてやればちゃんとできる子だし。マソラさん、ありがとうございます。お、エールちゃん。
You were listening.
盗み聞きしてたわけじゃないですよ。偶然耳に入ってきたんです。つむぐさんはもっと私を信用するべきですよ。
I might have had a reason to.
です。
With a huff, Ale picked up a plate of food and walked
エール
away.
ちゃん、それ5番テーブルだから間違えないようにね。
はい、5番ですね、5番。
Apparently she'd taken the food without even checking which table it was for. You're looking out, Masura.
いいよ、僕だってエールちゃんの先輩だもん。つむぐも先輩として優しくしてあげないとエールちゃんに愛想つかされちゃうよ。
That's fine with me. Glanced in Ale's direction.
お待たせしました。焼きたてバケットとブドウジュースです。後ろさん、こんにちは。
やあ、エイル君。アルバイトを始めたんだね。
はい、昨日からなんです。
楽しそうだね。
とってもバイトするのずっと憧れていたんです。
それはよかった。
はい、とってもいいお店ですからごゆっくりどうぞ。先輩、見すぎですよ。
Kosaki?
ホイミ先輩が心配というよりは、物腰に余裕があってかっこいい同性への嫉妬ですか。
You don't mince words, do you? Welcome to Fairy Tale!
いらっしゃいませ。
Though I was curious about Ale and Ushiro's conversation, I couldn't just stand here watching them forever. Reluctantly, I turned away and went back to work.
ねえねえ、5番テーブルのお客さん見た？噂の後ろ先輩だったよ。
Yeah, I saw him. I'm the one who took his order.
僕もさっき追加注文受けに行った時喋っちゃった。先輩、僕のこと知ってたんだよ。つむぐくんといつも一緒にいる可愛い子だよね。だって
That's so.
僕、最近可愛いって言われすぎじゃない？もしかしてモテ期かも。
Yeah. Anyway, I hurry up and bring this food out.
なんか反応薄い。もしかしてライバル登場かもって戸惑ってるのかな？
Don't be stupid.
そっかそっか。エイルちゃんもさっき喋ってたし、心配になるのも無理ないね。じゃ、後ろ先輩の話はこれくらいにしてお仕事に戻ろうっと。
Masura cheerfully returned to work.
お客さん、さっきより増えてきましたね。
Yeah, it's not overwhelming yet, but still. With how busy things are, neither me nor Masura had the time to keep a constant eye on Ale. We needed to divide the work between us and keep things running smoothly, or else things were going to get
く
problematic.
るる、食器見てきます。結構料理が出てるので、早く洗わないといけないかもしれないですから。
You're right, good idea.
すみません。
Coming! I was running all over the restaurant trying to keep up with all our customers. At times like these, having Kino around made things a lot easier, but that wasn't the case right now.
様でお待ちの田中様なくて、先に4名様でお待ちの。
While I was serving customers, I heard Ale's voice coming from the
あれ、
entrance.
さっき空いた席は4人掛けだから。
Uh-oh, sounds like she needs help, but there are still tons of customers waiting on me. Looked around for Master and quickly made eye contact. He smiled and nodded. Relieved, I nodded back.
まだご案内してないですか？ちょっとお待ちください。書いてある順番がごちゃごちゃで。
エイルちゃん、バッシングお願いしてきていい？ご案内は僕がやるから。
マソラさん、すみません。
大丈夫。 今日は店長いないし連携プレーで乗り越えないとね。
すみません、お会計お願いします。
While I was busy taking orders, I noticed Ale heading towards the cash register. Masada was occupied with another customer as well, and Koseki had her hands full carrying plates of food. While I did see Ale learning to use the register yesterday, I wonder if she can handle this on her own. I watched her exchange anxiously, but it looked like everything went well. Alright, I better start focusing on my own job. That's a difficult request even for an experienced server. Single bill was already challenging enough for Ale, but separate bills for an entire party was surely asking too much of her. Koseki said that to me as she walked by, apparently having finished delivering all her plates of food. Thanks. Leaving it to her, I watched out at the corner of my eye. Once I'd finished dealing with my customers, I went up to Ale, who was cleaning the large party's table after they had left. Since they had a lot of kids with them, the table was quite a mess. The surface splattered with bits of food and bunched up napkins. Let me help. Well, you're new to the job after all, it's only normal. What are you trying to say? Oh, you newbie, that's kinda rude. At least, what's that supposed to mean? I admit those two might be a little more active than me, but still. A job isn't about showing off. If that is the way you're seeing it, you should already stop. If you try to show off, you're just gonna mess up trying to look cool. Stop getting so fired up, will you? I was getting a little worried. Lover's quarrel, huh? Since the restaurant was packed today, I could have pretended not to notice to a certain extent. But with their argument heating up, their rising voices were beginning to reach even the furthest seats. I better ask them to keep it down. Huh? Ale's eyes gleamed. This was the moment that she'd been waiting for. Wait, just give them a normal warning, okay? That's all you need to do! What do you mean tactless? I had a bad feeling about this. Whenever Ale got this worked up, trouble was bound to follow. Ale concealed herself behind the partition diagonally behind the bickering couple. Then... Oi! Was she really planning on loosing that Cupid's arrow inside the restaurant? Several thoughts flashed through my mind as I watched Ale draw back her bow. First was how bad she had missed the first time she tried firing it. The second was how that female cat had run away even after she'd hit her target. The third was how that archangel or whatever had struck her with lightning as punishment for her actions. If that were to happen again inside the restaurant, Ale's true identity would be in danger of being revealed. Wait. That was too late. Ale's arrow flew through the air, striking the female customer. You've got to be kidding me. If your odds of success were that low, this was hardly the time to be practicing your aim. Oh. To my surprise, the woman's face set into a calm expression as if all her anger had suddenly vanished.
お客さんのピンチをキューピッドの矢で救う私の姿、かっこよかったですか？
You nearly gave me a heart attack. But more importantly, are the Sues really gonna be alright?
もちろんです。私が完璧に射抜きましたから。
That's exactly what I'm worried
怒
about.
っちゃってごめんね。あなたのことが好きだから私心配で。
いや、俺もちゃんと紹介しておかなくて悪かった。実はこれ俺の姉ちゃんのアカウントなんだ。今後こんな心配させないように家族を紹介させてほしい。今度
I mean, if that worked out.
実家に来てくれるかな。
嬉しい。大好き。
It turns out their argument wasn't even one worth having in the first place. Still, the fact that the couple managed to calm down and make up
どうですか？見直したでしょ？
was all thanks to the smug-looking girl stand before me. It's weird that he didn't get punished this time, though.
天使長様のイカズチですか？そういえばそうですね。
Ail tilted her head, puzzled. However, the look of smug superiority soon returned to her face.
私の英断と弓の技術に天使長様も見とれちゃったのかもしれませんね。
You know, you're almost optimistic to a fault sometimes. Exasperated, I went back to cleaning the tables, but just then, I caught sight of Ushio with a decidedly stern look on his face. Barely having noticed me watching him, however, his austere expression returned to normal. Then, with an air of weariness, he exchanged a tired glance with me. Things had been extremely busy today. We'd gotten a lot more customers than usual, and consequently a lot more orders as well. But yeah, this essentially just confirmed it. He's Archangel. Since the new semester had just begun, many of these customers were also students, which only added to the troubles. Having gotten carried away with her success, Ail had attempted to use her Cupid's arrow for a few more times throughout the day, and each time I had to stop her. By the time the sun had set, I was completely exhausted.
ただいま。ん？なんだお前ら、疲れ切った顔して。
We had a lot to deal with.
大変だったよね。
明日は筋肉痛で動けないかもしれません。バイトって漫画の世界より過酷なんですね。
私のありがたみが分かったか？
Alright.
憎まれ口を叩けないほど疲れてるのか。
これは今度ねぎらってやらないといけないかもな。
もしかして現金ですか？
なわけあるか。あはは、無駄だよエールちゃん。店長の口癖は時給ならあげねえぞとも。
なんだ。とりあえずクルルは今日はお家に帰って眠りたいです。
Yeah, I think that's the best reward for any of us. I think that's the best reward any of us could ask for right now.
枯れてるなお前らは。まあいい。褒美は何かしら考えといてやる。みんな留守番ご苦労だったな。閉店までもう少し頑張ってくれよな。
Kina's voice alone echoed energetically throughout the corpse-strewn restaurant.
なんで寝てるんですか、つむぐさん。
As I lifted my head to the sound of Lovelia's voice, my neck and shoulders creaked with pain. Apparently, I'd fallen asleep at my desk.
ノート。もしかしてラブノートで運命度の復習ですか？
She peeked up between my arms. With how close she was, I could smell the faint scent of soap coming from her skin. Wait a minute. What the hell am I getting all excited about? This love meal we're talking about. I wasn't that horny.
なんで学園の勉強してるんですか？ちゃんと真面目に運命度に取り組んでください。つむぐさんはラブノートの所有者なんですから。
Well, failing classes is still going to fuck his future. I'm a student before anything else. A student's job is to study, you know. Our tests are coming up
一
after
人
all.
だけテストでいい点取ろうだなんてずるいですよ。
Wait. Don't tell me you're trying to drag me down with you.
さあ、ラブノートの時間です。
Hey! Sweeping my study materials to the side, she placed the love note smack in the middle of my
つむ
desk.
ぐさん、今日はどなたのお名前を書きますか？
Looks like there's no point in trying to argue. With no other choice, I turned my thoughts away from studying and towards the love note instead. Whose name should I write? Well, who indeed should I write in there, I wonder.
なるほど。
Left me nodded solemnly as she stared at the name I scrawled down in the love note. What?
ずいぶん真剣な顔で書いているので誰のお名前かと思っていたのですが、リンカさんですか。だいぶ夢中みたいですね。
The way I am playing this man has like weirdly big stalker vibes, just like continuously writing down the link every single day. Shut up. Let's just see what it says. Her gratingly cheerful tone was getting on my nerves. She was acting like that one friend who never stopped trying to give relationship advice.
見てください。
西条凛花運命度40。今ネットに潜ってみたら
Right now.
運命度に変化はないですけど、アドバイスの方が変わりましたね。
Looks that way. Last time it had simply told me to try getting to know her better.
仲良くなるチャンスがネットにあるのかもしれませんよ。
Maybe. I'll give it a shot. Going online was a pretty vague hint, but there are only a few things that it could have referred to when it came to Saijo. Karen wasn't streaming today either, which meant that it had to be talking about the game we were playing the other day.
いつ来ても綺麗なところですね。バトルとかしなくてもここでのんびり過ごすだけで楽しそうです。
True. As the trees around us swayed, I could almost feel the virtual wind blowing across my face as well. Though I wasn't sure how she'd managed it. Aile's avatar only added to the sense of realism, since it looked exactly like her in real life.
ずいぶん枯れた楽しみ方してるのね。
Yeah, the smug expression is just proving again that she's probably going to be best girl. wrong fucking mouse button.
こんばんは。二人がログインしているみたいだったから来てみたの。もしかしてお邪魔だったかしら。
Absolutely not.
ずいぶん食い気味に否定するのね。
I just don't want there to be any misunderstandings about me and Ale.
まあ、何ですかそれは。私だってつむぐさんと噂になったら困りますし。
Yeah, whatever.
ずいぶん仲が良さそうだけど、ログインだって同時だったんじゃないの？
That was just coincidence. Obviously couldn't tell that we lived in the same
そう
house.
そう、偶然なんです。それに私もう帰らないといけないので。そうなの？ログインしたばっかりじゃない。ちょっといろいろ事情がありまして。
Ale threw a meaningful glance in my direction. Stop that, you're gonna make her suspicious.
それじゃあ失礼します。また明日学園で会いましょう。ええ。さよなら。
See you later. Ale's character disappeared as she logged out.
本当に邪魔しちゃったんじゃない？
As I'd feared, the Inca seemed to be amused at understanding something after all. Not at all. I don't have that sort of relationship with Ale you're thinking of. It's just... I go to her for advice about things sometimes.
相談？
I'll tell you about it some other time. If I ever get the chance at least. Anyway, have you been online this whole time?
ええ。少し前から野良で。前に遊んだ時の感覚を忘れないうちにやっておきたくて。
Oh, if that's the case, you should have invited us too.
だってみんな忙しいでしょ。無理に付き合わせるのも申し訳ないし。
There's no need to be so considerate. We're friends after all. If we were busy, we'd just say so. Wasn't that the point of us exchanging contact info? It's important for friends to chat, play, and hang out together. But friendship is also about being respectful of each other's time too.
ずいぶん達観したようなことを言うのね。カリンの話をしている時とは大違いだわ。
Arinka snickered softly. Do I?
でもありがとう。それじゃあこれから一緒に遊ばない？挑戦したいステージがあるの。
I'm being completely fucking honest. Like, I just didn't completely focus on the screen just now, so it kind of blurred for a second. And for that second, I noticed this object out of the corner of my eye, and it was something pink hanging from her hip. And I've seen all kinds of art on the internet. Of course, my first thought process was, wait, condom? No. Terrible. I'd love to! Oh, that's another nice one. With a sharp intake of breath, Rinka sliced the enemy in two. Her sword continued to dance, mowing down our adversaries one by one. Spinning around, she easily dispatched the enemies who tried attacking her from behind. With every flick of her wrist, followed another stroke of her sword. Her swordsmanship was truly something to behold. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Awesome.
So?
Yeah, you're stronger than you were the last time we played together. Apparently Rinka overheard me murmuring in amazement. She turned towards me with a
塾
grin.
と配信の合間を縫ってアイテムの収集を頑張ってたから、この前のアップデで実装されたアイテムも1個だけゲットしたわよ。
You really are a fast runner, Rinka. Seems you're pretty into this
ほら
game.
才能だって片付けないでくれる？ちゃんと努力もしてるんだから。
She smiled proudly, although I loved how innately skilled Kara Minami was at even the hardest of games. I also thought it was really cool how unabashedly proud Rinka Saijo was of her own hard work.
何？
Huh.
急に静かになるんだもの。どうかした？
No, although I admired Rinka, I wasn't used to dealing with girls enough to say that to her face. To be honest, I was worried that she could tell what I was thinking from my expression. Apparently, she seemed to find my silence suspicious. She looked at me, then down at herself.
まさか私のことやらしい目で見てるんじゃ。
Ha!
言っておくけど、このジョブは露出が多い服しかないから仕方なく着てるだけ。別にあなたを誘惑しようとかそんなこと考えて選んでるわけじゃないから。
I know that. I'm not that conceited.
本当に怪しいわ。このゲームカップルでインしてエッチなことしてる人たちもいるって。
I was just admiring you because you looked really cool. That's it, I swear.
かっこいい？
Although it was the truth, it was still kind of embarrassing to say out loud.
ごまかすために適当なこと言ってるんじゃない？
Maybe it was better to let her think I was ogling her after all. And then she says that.
私知ってるんだから。エッチなコスチュームを見ただけで興奮できる人がいるってこと。
It's not like that. I mean, yes, I thought her outfit was pretty cute and sexy. It's also true that I couldn't take my eyes off her earlier. But still, I was just thinking that not only are you good at this game, but the way you play is really cool too. So I'm glad I got the chance to play with you.
ふん、そう。おだてても限定アイテム譲ってあげたりしないわよ。
I wasn't.
そっか。まあ目当ての報酬があるなら手に入れるまで付き合ってあげてもいいわよ。
Oh?
だから私のプレイについてこれるくらいあなたも上手くなってよね。
Challenge accepted, you know, despite what you might think, I'm actually pretty good at these types of games myself.
本当に？今のところ私の方がキル数多いんだけど。
Rinka smiled confidently. It almost wasn't fair how cool she was sometimes. Let's keep playing a little longer and I'll show you what I'm capable of soon enough.
望むところだわ。
Afterward, we continued playing together well past midnight. It wasn't until much later that I realized Lovemiel had already gone to sleep before me. Felt a little guilty for staying up so late on a weekday. But more than anything, it felt incredibly fulfilled. I felt incredibly fulfilled with the enjoyable time I was able to spend together with Saijo.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Again, how dare you give her such an adorable everyday outfit? Shut the fuck up. How dare you give Kinu such an adorable, like, casual outfit and not give her a route? I get it. I don't get to complain because I get to have a teacher route. But my like for teacher route is just from the fact that I like my girls mature. Okay? What's the matter with you? After dinner, as soon as I returned to my room, Love Meal came flying towards me in tears.
今日の授業で出された宿題全くわからないんですけど。
There's a lot of things you don't understand. Exasperated, I peeled her off of me. The teacher had called on Love Meal in class today, but she hadn't been able to answer the question. In fact, I don't think she'd even answered a single one correctly. You know, you could always just set aside some of the time you spent reading manga to study instead. I looked down at the homework she'd apparently been struggling with until a moment ago. It seemed as though she tried to take it seriously at first, but halfway through she appeared to have lost interest and began doodling on the margins. She had drawn a picture of a strawberry with extremely detailed shading. Don't tell me this amount of homework is already too much for your attention span.
だってこれ挿絵が全然ないんですもん。文字ばっかりじゃ眠くなっちゃいますよ。眠気を覚ますためにイチゴを描いたら夢中になっちゃって。
I understood how she felt, but that didn't change the fact that our proficiency tests were coming up. If your grades start dropping, you're gonna have to take remedial classes. You've seen that happen in manga before, haven't you?
補習？補習になったらどうなるんですか？
Dunno, I've never taken one. You'll probably be forced to study on weekends or after school or something like that.
それは困ります。バイトもできないですし、お友達とも遊べません。漫画だって読めなくなって。
Or doing your job as an angel of love. Why don't tell me you genuinely forgot?
紡さんの運命の人も見つけなくてはいけません。私には勉強以外にやることが多すぎます。かくなる上は仕方ありません。テストの時は天使長様に頼んで何とかしてもらいます。
Are you serious? Is that just cheating?
転校だってさせてくれたんですから、きっと何とかしてくれるはずです。天使長様、私には甘いですし。
Grinning smugly, she pulled out her god
私
phone.
の成績をちょいと何とかしてくれるようにお願いしてみます。
Ale didn't even bat an eye at the thought of committing academic dishonesty. Was this girl really an angel? For what felt like the 100th time, that doubt once again flashed through my mind.
お返事が来ました。
Well, what did this big softy of yours say?
自分で何とかしろだそうです。
Told you. As one would expect, his archangel didn't approve of her cheating. It was a relief to know that her boss had some good sense at least.
でもどうすれば。私には恋天使としての大事なお仕事があるのに。
That's funny. I seem to recall you completely forgetting about those duties until just a minute ago. Well, either way, it won't hurt to start studying properly, taking tests as part of the student experience after all. Though, truth be told, I'd have preferred not have to study either, if I could help it.
それもそうですね。病は気から。勉強も楽しいと思えば思うときです。
I don't really know what she was talking about, but at least she seemed positive. Not wanting to rain on her parade, I decided to swallow the clever remark I was about to make.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Ale, Masaru, and I had shifts at work today, so after school the three of us headed to Fairy Tale.
こんにちは。
最初の挨拶はおはようございますだよ。
あ、そうでした。
Morning.
お、ちょうどいいところに来たな。
やあ、エイル君、つむぐ君とおきつね君も。
Huh? I did a double take. What are you doing here, Ushiro?
しかもその格好、うちの店の制服じゃないですか。
実は僕も今日からこの店でバイトをすることになったんだ。
That's up.
本当ですか？
Ale's voice suddenly rose and her eyes sparkled excitedly.
私、とても嬉しいです。
What's so great about it? I replied somewhat sullenly, but Ale continued
だ
undaunted.
ってこんなに早く後輩ができるんですよ。バイト先で先輩になるのも憧れだったんです。
Just how many dreams did this girl have? That said, I will admit it made me happy too when Ale became my kohai. Although Ushiro was our senior at school, here we were the ones with more experience. Might actually be kind of interesting having the famous Lady Killer Anju working under me.
お前ら知り合いだったのか。この前お店に来てましたからね。これからよろしくお願いしますね、アンジュ先輩。
ああ、よろしくね、おきつね君。
顔見知り同士ならすぐ馴染めそうだな。頑張れよ、アンジュ。
ええ、 店長に失望されないよう誠心誠意働きますよ。
He flashed her a handsome smile. I could almost see flowers dancing around him.
どうしたんですか、つむぐさん。険しい顔をして。
That's nothing. I look forward to working with you, Ushiro.
ああ、よろしくつむぐくん。ここでは君の方が先輩だけどね。
He didn't seem bothered by my jealousy at all. Ushiro's smile never faltered, no matter the occasion. Once work had started, I waited until I could catch Kinu alone and approach her. Kinu? Kinu!
なんだ、早速サボりか。
There's something I wanted to ask you. Why did you hire Ushi to work here?
あ、なんでそんなことが気になるんだ。
I mean, you're always going on about how you only want to hire cute girls. Don't tell me you fell for his handsome looks or something.
面白い冗談だな。
She laughed off my
という
words.
か、まさかお前、アンジュに嫉妬してたりするのか。俺の美少女ハーレムが怪我されるとか。どうせそんなことを考えているんだろ。
Please stop making weird jokes. Besides, what harm? At most, it was only Ale and Kozaki, seeing as Masada was actually a guy.
私が彼を雇った理由は一つ。できるオーラを感じたからだ。ビビッとな。バカにするなよ。私には見抜く目があるんだ。
I had a feeling she wasn't telling me the whole truth.
それに戦力が必要なのも確かだろ。これから忙しくなるからな。
I suppose. Tried to think about it differently. This was my chance to lord over him as a senior. I am a senpai after all. Maybe he doesn't teach that pretty boy his place, or so I thought. Is this guy just a perfect human being, or what? Although this was his first day of training, Ushiro did his job
すごい
flawlessly.
ぞアンジュ。接客もレジも掃除も完璧だ。
ありがとうございます。つむぐくんから見ても問題なかったかな。
No, I guess not.
よかった。エイルくんのように君に迷惑をかけるのは気が引けるからね。
For some reason, I felt like Ushiro had a habit of bringing up Ale in every conversation he had with me. Couldn't help but feel like he knew more about her than he let
こ
on.
の調子だとお前よりアンジュの方が先に出世するかもな。
You give out promotions? This restaurant doesn't even offer promotions.
まあそれもそうか。クビにならないように頑張れよ。先輩。
She gave my shoulder a hearty smack. With the way things were going, I honestly wasn't sure if she was joking. Before a long closing time
お
rolled
疲れ
around.
みんな。アンジュは今日一日研修だっていうのに完璧な働きぶりだったな。
すごかったよね。もしかしてファミレスでバイトしたことあるとか。
いや、こういったお店で働くのは初めてだよ。
初めてでここまでできちゃうなんて
What's your
後
problem?
輩なのに後輩っぽくなくて可愛くないです。
Yeah, well, when you're that good at the job. It felt slightly vindicated seeing Ale sulking as well. Up against such a cool and capable guy like Ushio, it felt kind of like our positions were being threatened, like we were being displaced. All the more so because of how important this place was to me ever since I quit the track club.
ああ、帰る前に一つお前らに聞かなきゃならないことがあったんだ。みんな今度の日曜日夜の予定は空いてるか。すでに埋まっているやつは手を挙げろ。
Nobody did.
お前ら寂しいやつだな。
Kinu heaved a large sigh. I mean, you're the one who asked.
明らかに日曜日何かあるって感じの言い方だったよね。
そんな寂しいお前らのためにイベントを企画してやろうと思っている。イベントですか。
Ale immediately perked
あ
up.
あ、聞いて驚け。内容はなんとお前の歓迎会だ。へえ、本当ですか。そういうのめちゃくちゃ憧れてます。それからアンジュもな。
Ale instantly went back to sulking. This girl sure was
ありがとうござい
temperamental.
ます店長。歓迎会を開いてもらえるとは光栄です。
まあちょうどいい機会だからな。
What do you mean?
なんだ、わからないのか。今はちょうど春、宴会シーズン真っ只中だぞ。お前ら学生にはピンとこないだろうが、祝いの席で飲む酒は格別なんだ。
I will say one thing. When I looked her up, at first, I did already see something that, you know, made her speak to me personally, if you catch my drift. Namely, I'm pretty sure she had a tag on VNDB. Namely alcohol. Yeah, engages in drinking, alcohol abuse. Like, not just drinking, specifically alcohol abuse. Yeah, I'm still absolutely convinced that Ushiro is Archangel. I've not looked at the spoiler, don't worry. I cannot say for certain. I'm just heavily convinced. So that's the main reason you want to throw this party, huh?
全員予定を合わせられそうだな。じゃあ夜8時にここへ集合で決まりだ。
She blatantly ignored me.
歓迎パーティーか。クルルちゃんが入ってきた時以来だね。
True. Back then, I still remember Kosuke being so nervous that she went the entire meal without saying a single
み
word.
んなでパーティー？しかも私の歓迎パーティーでですか？すっごく楽しそうです。夢みたいです。
Ao's eyes glittered with
もちろん
anticipation.
つむぐさんも参加しますよね。
Well, yeah, of course. I didn't have any reason not to go. I had to make sure Ale didn't screw things up somehow, but also this mysterious transfer student on Ushiro would be there as well. Just who is he, and what was going on in that head of his? If things went well, I might finally be able to put my suspicions about him to rest. Or at least find some sort of clue.
じゃあ決まりな。クルルには私から伝えておく。せっかくのパーティーだし、連れてきたいやつがいれば呼んでもいいぞ。もちろん参加費は無料だ。飯はうちで用意するから安心しろ。すごい太っ腹だね店長。この前私がいない間大変だったんだろ。そのローンをまだねぎらってなかったからな。それにエイルもアンジュも転校生なんだろ。友達を作る機会くらいにはなるかもしれないし。店長さん、私感動しました。ただし連れてきていいのは美少女だけだ。忘れるなよ。
Good grief.
職権乱用。
なるほど、店長にはそういうご趣味が。
うるさいな。費用は全部こっち持ちなんだから、それくらいいいだろう。とにかく次の日曜日は楽しみにしておけよ。
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
So nice seeing someone have like actual jeans for their casual outfit for once.
ですか？
It's almost always still skirts and stuff like that. Like what does the anime visual novel industry have against pants? Have they not seen the light of the attractiveness of a nice pair of tight jeans? It don't even need to be tight. Today was another peaceful morning commute to school. Although the four of us didn't walk to school every day, there was no longer anything strange. Although the four of us didn't walk to school every day, there was no longer anything strange about it. However, the voice that disturbed the peace, silence, the peaceful silence belonged to none other than my little sister Uta.
そうなんです。私、大勢でパーティーするのって初めてなんですよ。ドキドキしちゃいます。最近夜もあんまり眠れなくて、つい漫画を読み進めちゃうくらいで。
So not any different from usual then. I refrained from saying this aloud, however, as the conversation appeared to be heading into dangerous territory. For some reason, Uta was making a rather stiff expression.
転校生の歓迎会ってことですか？クラスメートの方と？もちろん女子会ですよね。フェアリーテイルでの歓迎パーティーのことですよね、小泉先輩。はい、もちろん。フェアリーテイルって兄さんとクルルちゃんのバイト先の？
Uta's face twitched. Uh-oh, this wasn't good. I wasn't expecting this topic to come up now of all times.
私のバイト先でもあるんです。つむぐさんの紹介で働き始めたんですよ。それでね、小泉先輩と後ろ先輩の歓迎パーティーをするんだって。
Nodding at Uta, Kozuki turned to look at me.
今度の日曜日ですよね。まだ歌ちゃんに話してなかったんですか？
No.
パーティーどころか、この人が同じバイト先に入ってきたってことも聞いてないんですけど。兄さん、どういうことなんですか？
No, I just couldn't find the right time to tell you,
そ
see?
んなはずないです。私と兄さんは家族なんですよ。一緒に住んでるんですよ。話すタイミングなんていくらでもあるじゃないですか。
Well,
隠し事は良くないですよ、つむぐさん。
you're the last person I want to hear that from.
まさか兄さん、この人と深い関係になっているから私に話しづらかったとか。
What do you mean, intimate?
だからそれはこんな明るいうちから言ってもいいんですか？
Please don't. I got the
ひど
picture.
いです兄さん。最近私と休日遊ぶ約束なんてしてくれないのに、他の人とは約束して。
I'm sorry, but in that case, why don't you just come too, Uta?
そうだよ、うたちゃんも一緒に行こう。くるる、ちょっと心細かったし。でもバイト先の集まりなんですよね。
Our manager just told us we could bring people if we wanted.
店長さんが美少女限定でお誘い OK とおっしゃってました。うたちゃんならバッチリ合格ですよ。何ですかその現代なら即訴えられそうな条件は。とにかく行ってもいいなら当然行きます。
Clearing this, Uta grabbed hold of my
兄さん
arm.
のことは私が守りますからね。
Protect me.
兄さんに変な虫がつかないようにしっかりバッチリ監視するってことです。
Oh boy, she's one of those types.
うたちゃん最近いろいろ隠さなくなってきたね。何のことですか？
And well, I'll message Kinu to tell her I'm bringing a +1.
悪いわね。資料運びを手伝ってもらっちゃって。
That's okay, you wouldn't have been able to carry everything yourself, Sensei. After modern Japanese class, I was helping Minakoshi carry a number of heavy boxes to the staff room.
絹から聞いたわよ。小泉さんもフェアリーテイルでバイトを始めたんですって？
Why are you telling me this?
あなたと小泉さん一緒にいるところをよく見かけるもの。仲良しなんでしょ？
Well, as far as classmates go, I suppose. But speaking of which, you and Kino also seem to get along really well. You used to be classmates too, didn't you?
たまに二人で遊びに行ったりするのよ。電話もするし。
Really? Has she told you about the welcome party we're having this
フ
weekend?
ェアリーテイルでのパーティーよね。聞いてるわ。みんなで楽しんできてね。
Actually, no, I think that's part of her. Hold on, easy to test. Yep, that is actually a part of her model, not a spec on my screen. Huh?
あら、変なこと言ったかしら。
No, I just assumed you were coming too, Sensei.
だって先生がいたら緊張しちゃうでしょ。参加するのはうちの学園の子たちって聞いてるわ。
I guess it's true, but Kino said she's planning on drinking pretty heavily, so the more things might get a little wild.
そんな絹をシュランみたいに。
Sensei? She suddenly made a serious expression as if deep in thought.
私やっぱり参加します。
Oh, that's great. We'll have someone who can keep Kino in check then. Judging by her reaction earlier, our manager might actually get kind of crazy when drunk. But it was a relief to know we'd be able to prevent things from getting out of
も
hand.
しもの時はあなたにも手伝ってもらうわよ。
I think I'm gonna hand that responsibility over to Ushiro since he'll be there too.
今日みたいに手伝ってはくれないのね。若者は若者同士の交流で忙しいものね。
And of course she smiled wryly as she said this.
職員室に着いたわね。お手伝いありがとう、佐久間くん。
No problem. I can carry these inside too if you need me to.
ここまで来たらもう大丈夫よ。とっても助かったわ。
After handing the boxes over to Sensei, I headed back to the classroom. As I walked, I thought about the welcome party. Uta and Minakoshi would be here. would be there. Although I hadn't planned on inviting anyone else at first, I got the feeling there were now more attendees than ever. During English class, Samoa Ale, Yasura, Saijo and I were paired up together for group work. Anyway, I looked at it. This was too much of a coincidence. Don't tell me this was somehow Ale's doing. She had a suspicious look over towards her, but she paid me no attention as she chatted with Saijo.
リンカさんもぜひ歓迎パーティーに来てください。いや、釣れない。授業中よ。課題をちゃんとやって。
僕はもうプリント書き終わったよ。西条さんもでしょ。
サウザンドガンズ仲間じゃないですか。そのよしみで私のことを祝ってください。ちょっと教室でゲーム名出さないで。それになんであなたがバイトを始めたからって私が祝わなきゃいけないの？
She had a
バイ
point.
ト先の歓迎会なら完全に内輪のイベントでしょ。部外者が行ったら気まずいだけよ。
多分大丈夫じゃないかな。店長も他の人を呼んでいいって言ってるし。
Yeah, besides, everyone who works there is from our school anyway. Plus, I bet Kino would be delighted if a girl like Saijo were to show up.
私お友達とパーティーって初めてなんです。そこにリンカさんもいてくれたら嬉しいなって。つむぐさんだって嬉しいですよね。
Well, yeah.
ほら微妙な反応じゃない。
No, I'd love it if you came. I, want to get to know you better too, so...
そうなの。まあ言ってあげなくもないわ。
Soon, soon, soon.
本当に？やったー！
こら、そこ！
ごめんなさい。
Ale's outburst caused the teacher to glare at us.
だよね。私優等生中の優等生で通ってるんだから。気をつけます。
If you're coming, then I'll let our manager know. The party's at 8 o'clock this Sunday.
分かったわ。親を説得できたらね。
ああ、西条さんち厳しそうだよね。
Minakoshi will be coming too, if that helps.
そうなの？初耳。
Maybe your parents will be a bit more reassured that knew a teacher was going to be there.
ええ、それなら大丈夫かもしれないわ。ありがとう、佐久間くん。
Don't mention it. It wasn't often I saw her smile so sweetly. For some reason, it made me a little shy.
雑誌の最新号を自分のお金で買うのってなんて気分がいいんでしょう。
Good for you. On the way home from school, I decided to stop by the shopping district for a little while until I detained Ale, that is. In the end, we wound up walking around until the sun had set. I told Uta I'd be home for dinner, you know. She's probably gonna be upset seeing me back so late while I didn't even have work today. Especially after that whole incident with Ale this morning.
つむぐさんの後ろについてお家へ入りますから、そろそろ透明になりますよ。
With that, she thrusts her bag of magazines towards me. You don't have any reservations about living in my place anymore, huh?
お世話になっております。
Believe me, I wish I didn't have to. Ignoring my grumbling, Ale transformed into the Love
そ
Mio.
れじゃあお家へ帰りましょうか。
Just to be clear, it's my home.
わかってますよ。
Do you? Some I sincerely doubted it.
なちゃん？
ああ、ごめんね。びっくりさせちゃったかな。スピーカーモードで通話してるのかと思ったけど、なんだか違うみたいだったから声かけちゃった。
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. How long have you been there? Crap, my heart began to pound. I'd let my guard down because I was close to home. She hadn't seen Ale turn invisible, had
つ
you?
いさっきだよ。ちょっと遠回りしようと思ってあっちの角から帰ってきたから。
Oh. Suzu didn't seem to suspect anything unusual. Thank God, looks like she didn't see anything
つ
after
む
all.
ちゃん、どこか行ってたの？バイト帰りだったらもうちょっと遅いよね。
I was just hanging around the bookstore. Guess I lost track of time reading. What about you? Practice?
うん。私、もっと早く走れるようにならなくちゃいけないから。
Her eyes were clear and determined as she spoke. She was radiant.
つむぐさん、つむぐさん、いすずさんもパーティーに誘ってください。
Sorry, it's nothing. I couldn't help but jump at the sudden voice in my ear.
せっかくのチャンスじゃないですか。パーティーでいすずさんとも仲良くなっちゃいましょう。どうしたのつむちゃん。難しい顔したり困った顔し
Nah,
た
it's
り
nothing like that. It's just,
何か気になること。
are you free this
あるの？
Sunday?
日曜日は部活があるけど。
Oh, right, I forgot.
なんでそこで引いちゃうんですか。押してください。押せ
Stop. Enough backseating! We're having a party at my workplace on Sunday at 8. A welcome party for our two new workers.
エイルちゃんだよね。あとは後ろ先輩
Yeah, how'd you know?
部活の女の子たちが話題にしてたから、商店街のファミレスで先輩がバイトしてるって。
News travels fast, huh? Our student community sure loves to gossip. Well, that makes things easier to explain. Although I said it's a welcome party, it's really more of just a party between friends. Our manager also said we can invite other people if we wanted to. You should come too, Isuzu.
いいの？私完全に部外者だけど。いいですよ、もちろん。
I'm sure Ale would be delighted too. She even managed to rope Saijo into coming, if you can believe it.
西条さんも来るの？エイルちゃんのコミュ力すごいな。
That's one way of putting it.
それほどでも。
Isuzu may have been genuinely complimenting her, but I was just being sarcastic. Still, I won't deny that inviting Saijo was quite a
部
feat.
活夕方までだから自主練で居残りする気でいたけど、8時からなら大丈夫かも。
Really?
部活の後で汗だくかもだけど、本当にいいの？パーティーっておしゃれしていくものだよね。私可愛い服とかないし。
I saw your casual clothes. I beg to differ. It's nothing that fancy. I'm just gonna be wearing regular clothes too. You can just drop by on your way home to grab a bite to eat at the restaurant. No one's gonna mind.
そう？そうかな。
Besides, Yuta and I will both be there. Minakoshi too. I'm sure that put your parents' minds at ease. Thanks in part to Love Meow's urging, I felt myself getting kind of desperate for her to accept. Wonder what was putting her off. Was it being too pushy?
わかった。つむちゃんが誘ってくれるの嬉しいし、参加するよ。
You will.
よかったじゃないですか、つむぐさん。嬉しいですって。ドキドキしちゃいますね。
Taking advantage of the fact that I couldn't respond to her, Love Meow continued riling me up. Damn, I could feel my face growing hot despite myself. Well, I'll see you at Fairy Tale at 8 on Sunday. If you have anything to ask, just give me a call.
楽しみにしてるね。
Yeah. I don't know why, but I ended up replying a little curtly.
いいですね。パーティーが楽しみですね。
Love Meow grinned as she peered up into my face.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Finally, it was the day of the party. Once Fairy Tale had closed for the day, and the restaurant became reserved for our private use, as familiar faces began to pour in.
つむぐさん、つむぐさん。
Ale whispered in my ear.
まるで奇跡みたいです。つむぐさんの周りの女の子、たくさん揃いましたね。
This is something you're doing, isn't it?
違いますよ。私にそんな力はありません。そんなことができるのは天使長様くらいのものです。なんかこれは偶然ですよ。
He just looks over at Anju. You! Coincidence, huh? A likely story. Oh, that is a nice CG. Why is Sancho just staring at... Why is Sancho just staring at Isuzu's belly? Also, Hey there, Minakoshi. Why are you just standing in the background like a fucking creeper? But yeah, hair down Minakoshi, huh? Originally, there were only supposed to be 6 people at this party. Kinu, me, Ale, Masura, Kosaki, and Ushiro. Tonight, however, Uta, Minakoshi, Isuzu, and even Saija were present.
今日はフェアリーテイル新人歓迎会にお集まりいただきありがとう。うちのバイトのやつらはいいとして、私とは初対面のやつもいるだろう。私はフェアリーテイルこの花店の店長、綿貫絹だ。
Kinu began with the
今日
introductions.
は私の名前だけ覚えて帰ってくれ。
Enough of the Terrell MC jokes, please.
美少女揃いだからつい今日が乗った。
まったく、もう酔っているの？絹。パーティーの準備中にもう飲んでましたよ。もう、うちの学園の子たちを任せてるお店なのよ。店長がしっかりしてくれなきゃ。
はいはい、分かってるって。
These two really did get along well. Somehow seeing them chat like old classmates made them feel a lot more relatable.
店長さんって兄さんやクルルちゃんが話してくれた通りの人ですね。
Huh?
可愛い女の子が好きって。
Oh yeah, she's a weird
店
one.
長さんがつよつよロリ巨乳キャラだと聞いて心配してましたけど、問題なさそうですね。
Oh yeah, I can't. She's the a toned down version of the Renai Royale sister, essentially. Not as stabby, you know. But yeah, this sentence tells me everything that's wrong with this game. They had a short stack and didn't give her a route. How dare they?
こういう人が案外ダークホース的な。やっぱり警戒を怠らない方が。
What are you muttering about?
さて、長々演説するのもなんだし、そろそろ始めるとするか。はい、ぜひ。美味しそうなご飯早く食べたいです。
さっきもう食べてなかったかな。
つまみ食いですよ。だってとっても美味しそうで。私もエルちゃんの気持ちわかるよ。部活の後だからすっごくお腹空いちゃって。
So about making you come straight here.
全然。来られて嬉しいよ。まあ初対面同士のやつらはおのおの後で自己紹介し合ってくれ。それじゃあこうして我がフェアリーテイルこの花店に新しい仲間が加入した記念と、人が増えすぎて何の集まりかわからなくなったな。親睦を深めるパーティーですよね。お友達いっぱいのパーティーワクワクします。ああ、それがいいな。美少女と親睦を深める会ってことで。
So much for welcoming Ushiro onto the team. Even I felt bad for him being completely ignored like this.
構わないよ。みんなが楽しければそれでね。
He smiled good-naturedly. What an magnanimous fellow. Maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after
それ
all.
そこ喋ってないで私に注目。
Kino jabbed a finger in our
それ
direction.
じゃパーティーを始めるぞ。少しの時間だがみんな楽しんでいってくれ。
Oh, also, by the way, I have an interview on Wednesday, so that's nice. Actually, hold on. Right, so I should probably check in here again in case I got any mails. Didn't though.
乾杯乾杯乾杯乾杯乾杯乾杯乾杯。
You can actually replay everyone's individually or all of them at once. They even have a separate voice bar for every one of them.
乾杯。
なんだ琴ひな、ジュースなんか飲んで私の酒が飲めないってのか。
What's the matter with you?
生徒の前でお酒はさすがに。
ちょっと勝手に。
お酒の種類が豊富ですよね。こういった店舗では珍しいのではないですか。
それもお酒なんですか。なんだかブドウジュースみたいですね。
Although some of our older guests were already beginning to smell like booze, we students were having some good, clean fun chatting with each other.
西条先輩、学園で噂になっている入学初日に12人から告白されたって本当の話ですか？
え、そんな噂があるの？
クルルちゃん好奇心が旺盛で校内の話題にはちょっと詳しいんです。今のは有名な噂だよ。西条凛花と円卓の騎士事件って名前が、
くだらない名前までついてるのね。そういうデリケートな話題に答えるつもりはないわ。FPS でも死体蹴りはマナー違反でしょ。
It's commendable policy of hers, but I don't know about that metaphor. Okay, so our conversations aren't exactly the most wholesome either, but at least everyone's having fun. Speaking of conversations, maybe I should try talking to someone too. I will save here, and I just noticed that there's a few saves, you know, casual 100.
セーブ完了ですよ。
I'm confronting him. I don't know what Ushiro's doing. He's gazing around at everyone with a soft smile on his lips. He was watching the rest of us from behind, but he also seemed completely off in his own world. I had no idea what he could be thinking about. Are you having fun, Ushiro?
紡くん
When I called out to him, he slowly turned to look at me. Kinda pissed me off how cool and composed every single movement of his was.
気遣ってくれてありがとう。とても楽しいよ。この街で暮らしている君たちが羨ましくてたまらないくらいだ。
What are you talking about? You go to school too, and you're even working with us now.
紡くんは僕を仲間だと思ってくれているのかい？
Well, I suppose we have the same school and workplace after all. Plus, it seems as though you'll be a big help at the restaurant from now on too, so... Although I hated to admit it, Ushiro was an extremely capable worker.
ありがとう。エイル君が君に懐いている理由がわかる気がするよ。
Huh? Again, I had to wonder why he always had to bring up Ale whenever I talked to him. By the way, Senpai.
僕の話より君の話が聞きたいな。
You gently interrupted me. There's not much to say, really.
本当にそうかな。
That smile of his was utterly inscrutable.
僕に構うより他の人と話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go refill my drink. Unable to think of anything else to say, I decided to leave him alone. Oh shit, I really couldn't get a grasp on him at all. Okay, it is actually nice that they sent me back. I didn't have to save after all. This does mean that I'm just going to overwrite the save real quick. And, you know what, fuck it, talk to Kinu. Since I'd ended up inviting several extra people to this party tonight, I'd better remember to thank Kinu. But just as I began looking for her, I felt a sudden tap on my shoulder.
紡ぐ、ありがとな。
Kinu, I'm the one who should be thanking you. I ended up inviting quite a few more people, so...
気にするな。私はとても気分がいい。この会が美少女の楽園になったのはお前のおかげだからな。
Well, as long as you're enjoying yourself, to be safe, I decided to give her an innocuous
そ
response.
れにしても、お前の周りには意外と可愛い女の子が多いよな。クルルと話してるあの子、お前の妹なんだろ？
Yeah.
お前と全然似てないよな。あどけなくて愛らしい感じでさ。
That was because we had different mothers, after all. I had no particular reason to tell her that, though, so I kept my mouth shut.
あそこのすごい美人はクラスメートだっけ？プライド高そうなところがたまらないな。
Sounded like an old, dirty old man. Sai's just famous at school for being one of the most talented students. She's really
わ
popular.
かるわかる。ああいう高嶺の花に無謀にもトライしちゃうあたりが青春って感じだよな。
Kino snickered, looking at me. I wouldn't exactly say I'm throwing myself. Besides, our fatedness was already going up
あ
anyway.
っちのスポーツ少女もお前のクラスメートなんだろ？
Yeah, Isis is a childhood friend of mine.
幼なじみ！
Kino looked staggered. Was it really that shocking to
ど
hear?
うしてあんなに可愛い幼なじみがいるのに私に紹介しなかったんだ？
Because I knew you'd be creepy about it. I answered curtly.
前、店長に向かってその言い草はないだろう。
I'm only speaking the truth, ma'am.
たく。まあでも
お前を採用した私の判断は正しかったな。エビでタイを釣るとはまさにこのことだ。
Kino let out a hearty laugh. Seeing how drunk she was, though, I decided to let it go.
グラスが空だな。ほら、お酌をしろ。美少女からの酒しか飲まないつもりだったが、お前の酒は飲んでやるよ。
You drink too much, you know. Still, I did as she asked and refilled her cup of booze.
お前も。
Oh, thanks. She filled my glass with orange juice. Although she was drunk, she was still surprisingly
こ
considerate.
れからもよろしくな、つむぐ。頼りにしてるぞ。
Yeah, yeah. Smiling wryly, I clinked glasses with her. Oh, we get to choose again? You spoil me! I guess, like... I suppose we're choosing the people that don't have routes is just going to, like, reset the spec to here. So she's going to be the last one we can actually go for. I mean. Because I'm pretty sure I saw Kururu also having a route. Specifically because I saw someone post a CG somewhere that was mildly cursed. Hold on. The fuck was it? Ah, there it was. Yeah, there's a CG of EMC holding Kururu's hand that someone posted in like Justin's Discord, where they're just holding hands, but instead of like the hand, like the thumb being on this side, the thumb is on fucking this side, like this side as she holds it, and she looks really fucking weird. Like her thumb is just not placed correctly. And it is a very yikes. Supremely yikes, you could almost say. Close this again. Anyways, I wonder what Muscle is up to. Curious, I turned around to look at him. Coincidentally, our eyes met at the same time.
何？僕の顔に何かついてる？
Nah, nothing like
も
that.
しかして僕に見とれちゃってた？周りには絹さんのお墨付きな可愛い子たちがいるのに、僕が一番可愛いって？もう紡ぐってば見る目あるね。僕が世界一可愛いだなんて。
Keep dreaming. I won't deny that he was cute, though.
妄想ってなんだよ。意味深な視線を送ってきたのはそっちでしょ。
Come on, don't start sulking.
紡が素直に僕を褒めてくれないのが悪いんだよ。まあ、紡が楽しんでるなら別に何でもいいけどね。
Huh? Well, of course I'm having fun.
だったらよかった。
Masura smiled at me.
ちょっと前の紡だったらみんなでパーティーとか楽しめなかった気もするし。
Yes, it's true. For a while, after I'd gotten injured, quit the track club, I'd lost the ability to enjoy my time with others. Not anymore. After starting my job with Masura's encouragement, I was able to get out of my funk. And at meeting Ale, I feel like I've changed even more. Which brings me to where I am today. To be honest, it wasn't so bad. And I knew things couldn't continue this way forever. Love Meal wouldn't be around forever either. At the end of the day, I was on a timer. I still wanted to enjoy this time while it lasted. And while I was at it, I hoped I could find the girl of my dreams, or rather the bride of my dreams, along with my new purpose in life. Those were my sincere thoughts. Now we're down to the actual selection.
上書きしちゃいます。ちゃんとセーブしました。
Thanks for coming today, Saijo. Saijo didn't seem to particularly mind as I went up to her and moved to make room for and she moved and moved to make. Saijo didn't seem to particularly mind as I went up to her and moved over to make room for me.
あんた大変だったわよ。親を説得したり、塾の宿題を早めに終わらせたりとか。いつもだったら空いた時間は配信の準備に使ってるのに。
Well, sorry about that. I guess her weekends are pretty packed. Not surprising though.
別に謝ってほしいわけじゃないわ。こういう賑やかな場ってあまり来ないから新鮮だし。
Really? Assumed a rich girl like you would be going to parties all the time.
あなた、私にどんなイメージを持ってるのよ。少なくとも友達とパーティーをするなんてことなかったわ。
Hale said the same thing.
確かにそうね。
Saija nodded somewhat shyly. I thought that for sure she'd get angry and say don't love me in together with Ale or something.
私の場合ずっと入院してたから。この花に入学してからも親しい友人を作ってこなかったし、今日はいい経験になったわ。配信のネタにもなりそうだし。
If you go into too many details, there might be some people at school who connect the dots though.
ご心配なく、そこはうまくやるわよ。
Right. Saija's smile was bad for my heart. Smile of a beautiful girl held way too much power. At any rate, I'm glad you're having fun.
あら、別に私を喜ばせたいわけじゃないでしょ。あなたの周り、他にも女の子がいっぱいいるじゃない。
Well, I suppose, but...
冗談よ。
She flashed me another breathtaking, albeit slightly mischievous
とに
smile.
かく私の方こそ今日はありがとう。悪くない休日になったわ。佐久間くんをからかうのも意外と楽しいことが分かったし。
That's not really what I was hoping to hear, but well, I guess it didn't feel that bad bantering with the most beautiful girl at school either. In reality, it was ultimately Elle's persistence that got Saija to join us today. I'll have to remember to thank her later. With the celebrations in full swing, the party flew by in the blink of an eye.
今日は集まってくれてありがとう。当然楽しめたよな。これだけの料理、飲み物、デザートまで揃えておいたんだからな。楽しかったです。全部美味しくていっぱい食べちゃいました。よかったよかった。頑張って準備した甲斐があったな。
Cackling happily, Kino smacked Kozaki on the back.
はい、喜んでもらえてよかったです。
一気にこれだけの料理を準備する経験はあまりできませんからね。
Alright, you do had the last shift before closing today, so you helped prepare things as well.
ありがとうございます。
いえ、全然。
You're kinda bad for Ushiro, considering this whole party was supposed to be for
お
him.
かげで面白い経験ができたよ。気にしないでくれ。
If you say so.
本当に今日の参加費はいらないんですか？佐久間くんに聞いて想像していたよりずっときちんとしたパーティーでしたし。
気にするな。私に二言はないからな。
Always the cool boss, Kino.
そうだな。どうしても気になるなら今後たくさんうちの店を利用してくれ。これも何かの縁だしな。とびきりサービスするぞ。
商売上手な店長さんなのね。私は兄さんがバイトしてますし、通っていいと言われたら毎日でも来ますよ。
I got a feeling his eyes are sparkling.
もういい時間だし、そろそろ解散しないとね。
解散はするけどな。後片付け要員として今日準備に参加したクルルとアンジュ以外の従業員は居残れよ。
Seriously?
私、今日は歓迎パーティーの主役ですよ。
Only Ushiro gets to make that excuse. You don't really help make all this food after all.
しょうがないよね。お皿もほとんど綺麗になってるし、きっとすぐ終わるよ。ごちそうになってばっかりだし、私も手伝うよ。いや、バイト以外を働かせるつもりはないぞ。
You can take Uto home for me instead, he says. I'm worried about her walking back alone anyway.
わかった。つむちゃんがそう言うなら。
Are you okay getting home by yourself, Saijo? If you're going in the same direction as Kozaki or Sensei, then...
親を呼ぶから大丈夫よ。光石さんと先生ももしよかったらうちの車でお送りしますけど。西条先輩の車でぜひお願いします。私は近所だから大丈夫よ。
Kozaki's curiosity appeared to have gotten the better of her. Couldn't help but smile at how easy she was to read sometimes. In any case, it didn't look like anyone had any problems getting
つ
home.
むぐくんは気遣いができて偉いね。
Thanks. As for how Ushiro was getting home, I felt somewhat hesitant about being too nosy, so I decided not to ask. And so our banquet, which was a welcome party in name only, came to an end. Ultimately, I didn't know if it was a mere coincidence that I ended up inviting all the girls I was interested in for the party tonight, or if there were some other forces at work entirely. But although the mystery remained unsolved, I had a fun time, all things considered.
今日はとっても楽しかったですね。
Lovemeal sighed with satisfaction when she returned home. Although Cleanut had been a bit more work than I really expected, she didn't seem to have any complaints at all.
私、大勢でパーティーするの夢だったんですよ。
Just how many dreams do you have?
それはもういっぱいいっぱいありますよ。つむぐさんと出会ってからいろいろ叶って嬉しいです。
You really are a carefree one, you know that? This time, however, I didn't mean it sarcastically. A whole lot's happened ever since she appeared in my life. But it's also true that I've become the sort of person who can enjoy parties and form relationships with all sort of different people. And it's all because I and it's all because I met Lovemeal. Not that I'd ever admit that out loud.
さてと、パーティーの熱が冷めないうちにお楽しみのラブノートタイムといきましょうか。そろそろ誰か一人に絞った方がいい時期だと思うんですけど、運命の恋人になりたいと思える方はいらっしゃいますか？
Time to narrow it down, huh? True, she had a point. It's already been 2 weeks since I first met Lovemeal. It was still some time until my deadline, but I didn't want to leave things up till the last possible minute. If I messed up, I'd be doomed to be a virgin for the rest of my life.
ということでつむぐさん、さあさあ。
Lovemeal thrust the love note toward me. You're right. There's something oddly funny about the game just being like, you get to choose the VTuber. That's it. That's your only choice. Fuck you. Hold on. Oh yeah, apparently, okay, that makes sense, I guess. Apparently the normal end is Masura's route. aka the, oh, you didn't end up with anyone route. It would be kind of funny if that's just like, surprise, gay! Where does your host live? Okay, there are 7 routes in this game's characters, with routes of Koemi, Ale, Inui, Isuzu, Saijo Renka, Sakuma Uta, Kosaki Kururu, Yumiri Koshi Kotohina, and Okitsune Masura. To access Minakoshi Kotohina's route, you must first complete Koemi Ale's route. Okay, so Ale, Lovemeal, is considered the main girl. So you have to do her in order to do teacher. Well, it seems as good a time as any to stop the part, really. Actually, you know what? Nah, not actually. It's not actually saddled with the picture yet, so... If I had to pick someone I was interested in, I suppose it would have to be Saijo. And I immediately got the achievement that I'm on her route, so I assume... Yep, we're officially in there, so I'm just gonna end this scene and then end the part. If I had to pick someone I was interested in, I suppose it would have to be Saijo. When I had to pick had to quit the track club due to my injury, Karen was the one who kept my spirits up. She was the one who saved me. She provided me with the emotional support I needed and was someone I admired greatly. But though I always thought Karen would be someone I looked up to from afar, I never would have thought I never would have imagined I'd become friends with the person herself, with the person behind her, Saijo herself. And the more I got to know Saijo, the more I began to see her as a woman. Of course, I knew someone like her was way out of my league. If things didn't work out between us, I might end up staying a virgin for the rest of my life. But even so, I wanted to be honest with my feelings. Alright. Making up my mind, I scribbled down Saijo's name into the notebook. There, done.
あ、やっぱりかりんちゃんを選んだんですね。
What's that supposed to mean? Besides, you'd better look again. I clearly wrote Saijo, not Karen.
まあそれはそうなんですけど、つむぐさんはもともとかりんちゃんを好きだったわけですし、中の人であるりんかさんと仲良くなったら当然彼女を選ぶよなと思っていたんです。ちなみに私もかりんちゃんのことが大好きですよ。もちろんりんかさんのことも。
Ah, yeah. Anyway, let's see what the love note has to say about our fatedness.
西条凛香運命度56
That shut up!
これからもゲームで交流を続けよ
おお、結構高くなってますね。
Wasn't it like 40 last time? Seriously?
ここに出ているコメント通り、もっともっとゲームをして仲良くなりましょう。あと、サウザンドガンズで勝ちまくれるようにチームワークを良くしていきましょう。
I don't think our win rate in 1000 guns really has much to do with romance. That said, I suppose it was true that winning at the game would leave a better impression on Saijo. And improving our team work might just have an effect on our fatedness too. To be honest though, you've pretty much gotten addicted to playing 1000 guns.
だって楽しいんですもん。それに、サウザンドガンズにハマっているのはつむぐさんも同じですよね。
I guess. It was a rather fortunate turn of events that I was able to increase my fatedness with Saijo simply by having fun playing games with her. The truth was, even if the love note hadn't told me to, I'd been planning to continue to play with Saijo and getting to know her more either way.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Oh, do we now get special transition screens for her because we're on the route? The next morning, nothing fucking happened because I had to go to work. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye bye.